What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Trader Trucker, man. We're at the second stop right now. Second stop, and today's going good. You know, I slip seat, and they put me in these different trucks. This truck that I'm in now is a 2014, and we've also got 2017s. So I like the 2017s because they're all automatics. The 2017s have the 12-speed transmission that I really like. It skips gears. This thing is so sluggish, man. It's just terrible. You know, so out in Dallas right now, this time of day, going through all the traffic, it really slows you down. You know, I guess I'm out there doing better than somebody because I got an automatic and I don't have to do all the gear shifting and leg work. But still, you know, if I could be in a 17 every day, you know, that's what I take. You know, so we out here in these day cabs. I'm on my second stop. Right now I'm in Plano. I don't know if you all know what that is, but it's on the nice side of town, you know, off of 121. So this load right here was 52,000 pounds. You know, flatbeds, you can carry a little bit more weight than refrigerated. You know, the trailers are lighter. So the first load I took to Euless was 57,000 pounds. So that was a heavy one. You know, you gotta have special permits for that, and you can't take the interstate. You can take state and local highways, but you can't take the interstate. So luckily, you know, that one's not, Euless is not off the interstate, but you know, it's today's going good. 3 loads. It's a beautiful day. There's no bad weather out here today, so I didn't have to tarp the loads that I'm working. So that's wonderful. I'm just ready to get home. I'm just ready to get home. Last night I didn't go to bed until like 4 o'clock in the morning. You know, that one of the good things though about flatbed. One of the good things about flatbed is all your customers you're gonna deliver to in the daytime. You don't have to deal with refrigerated receivers anymore, or shippers, where you don't get out. You might not get unloaded until 3 o'clock in the morning. You might not, get loaded until 1:30 in the morning at some of these Tyson places that I've been to. So you don't have to deal with that doing flatbed. So that's one of the benefits of flatbed. You know, driving locally, the traffic is a lot. You know, you're going to deal with traffic all day long. Every day you're going to have to deal with traffic. That's just local life. And it's just something that you got to get used to. It's just, just like going from driving a car to driving a truck. It's just something that you got to get used to. You know, the following distance in a car, you can follow a lot closer. It's just something you got to get used to. So, that was something that I hear a lot of people say they don't want to drive locally because of the traffic. You know, it's something that you get used to, and it doesn't even bother me anymore. I'm just as comfortable driving locally, in traffic as I am driving on the open highway, going through small towns once every 2 hours or something like that, So I think driving local, there's a lot of benefits to it. I'm getting home every night. I work maybe 10 hours a day, and that's it. Running 3 or 4 loads. Working 10 hours a day. That's good. That's good, guys. For the trucking industry, that's good. I'm getting home every night. I'm making decent money. I get to sleep in my own bed. I don't have to sleep in the truck. Not that I mind. When I was over the road, I enjoyed it. But the local life, I like it. You're able to plan things on the weekends. You don't have to worry about what time you're going to get home on the weekend. You don't have to worry about, am I going to make it home Friday night or Saturday morning? You don't have to worry about that. So that's one of the big benefits to it. Being out here every day, meeting these receivers and building up a relationship with them. That's something that you have to do to be successful locally. You can't have a store that you go to, and every time that they see you, they're unhappy that you're there because they don't like you personally. You have to have the right attitude. You got to understand that when you're going to these stores to get unloaded, whatever somebody is doing, however they're treating you, it's not because of you. Don't take it personally. Whatever they're doing, if they're frustrated, don't automatically assume that they're frustrated because of whatever it is. It could be anything. Don't think that it's because of you, no matter what you're doing. Understand that they're frustrated about their situation if they're frustrated. They're happy about their situation if they're happy. And you got to learn to take advantage of that no matter what the situation is. Don't make assumptions out here. Always be in a good mood. When you're in a good mood and you're talking positive, that goes a long way. Probably further than you know. It goes really far in the trucking industry. Be understanding with your customers. And that'll go a long way being local. Especially when you got to see these people all the time. Be understanding. Remember these people's names. At the stores you go to. Be cordial with them. Be kind to them. And in return, most of the time, you'll get in and out of these places a lot faster than somebody who's disrespectful or has an attitude with them or is not understanding of the fact that once they get done unloading this stuff, they have to do other things with it. That person's going to have a rough day every time that he comes out here. So, talk about the weather. Ask them about their family. Ask them how long they've been working at whatever store it is, whatever establishment it is. Those type of things, when you care about somebody, people tend to do you favors. People tend to drop a couple layers off and let their good intentions show. Let you know that they care about you. I went to a store one time. I go to the store in Arlington all the time. There's a guy there at that store. He's a guy maybe in his lower 30s, big guy, long hair, and I call him the Undertaker. And there was this time where I went there and I noticed he unloaded a couple trucks before he got to me. I was the first one to get there. He got to them first, and I was frustrated about it. And he said, the reason was, he had to get certain products in before he could get what I had inside. And I was like, that I don't know about that. I don't know, why would he do that? I never gave him any issues or whatever. And I just said, okay, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not, it's nothing debatable about it. You did what you did, and I've got to keep on moving so that I can get done, and I can get back to the house. So the next time I come to the store, the guy was amazing. He was fast. I think he noticed that my frustration. He felt my frustration, and because of the rapport that I had with him, because of the way I treat him, no matter what mood he's in, he felt like he needed to, show me that same love and respect, and he got me out of there really quick. Those are the type of relationships that you have to be able to build being a local truck driver. Those are the things that's going to get you far while you're out here. Those are the things that you need to work on when you're just starting a new account. And these are the things that you need to have in mind if you want to do local truck driving. You kind of got to be a people person in order to be successful out here. That's just the way it is. I'm just checking to see how far along he is with getting this stuff off my trailer. But that's how you got to be. You got to work your move with these people. You gotta make them understand what you're trying to do, and you also have to understand where they're coming from. I've really been to a few different locations where the people, majority of the time, people are never happy to see me. When I pull up with a load, they're not happy to see me. It's work, and I don't understand. I don't sit on the side of the table with the people who get discouraged about work. When you find out that you have a lot of work to be done, I'm not the kind of person that gets discouraged behind that. I'll get started. We can get to it right away. That's the kind of person you got to be. At any point in time, you got to be ready to show that you're a hustler. Any circumstance, rain, sleet, snow. When you're a truck driver, you got to be out here ready to get it at any given moment. You know, I don't let no rain stop me. You know, I don't let no bad weather, no traffic stop me. You know, can't nothing but me dictate how my day is gonna go. So when I get out here and I'm hustling, nothing can stop me. I'm a savage, and that's how I feel. You know, I get out here and I grind and I hustle and I make my money and I get back to the house. You know, that's how you gotta be. People who are easily discouraged when it comes to work, whatever their job is, they're not successful people. So you know, you gotta have that hustler mentality, and it's something that you gotta work on. If you don't feel like you have it, it's something that can be taught. It's something that can be learned. You know, you just gotta get out there and hustle day for day, and every day do your best no matter what. You know, every day you want to be happy with yourself at the end of the day. Make sure that today you do the best that you can do. You want to be happy with yourself at the end of the day. Make sure that you do the very best that you can do. You know, and just hustle hard. Leave it out. I call it leaving it all out there on the clock. Leave it all on the clock. Your complaints, your cries, your concerns, your worries. Leave it all out there on the clock. You don't think you're going to get something done in time? Do your best. Leave it on the clock. And tomorrow when you wake up, you can reflect on it and say, you know what? I did my best in that situation. I did everything that I could do. And you can't, there'll be nothing to argue. Nobody can argue with you when you just tell them that you did your best. If you don't meet a deadline, if you don't get a delivery there on time, you tell them that you did your best and that you got there safely. That's the end of the conversation. There's nothing else to discuss after that. You know, you did your best. You know, don't make bad habits out here. You know, don't sell yourself short. Don't sell yourself short. You know, you have unlimited potential to do whatever you want to do, to be whoever you want to be. You know, that voice in your head that's telling you, I can't do this, I can't do that. Who is that voice in the first place? Who is that voice in the first place? What makes everything that voice is saying in your head the truth? Why is that the truth? You question that. Question what you hear in yourself. Question what you think about yourself. What makes it fact? How do you know it? You know, what can you do to change it? There's always something to do. People look at their past and what they're going through in their past, and you know, they're constantly reflecting on it. And the fact of the matter is, you can't change anything in your past. So there's no point to reflect on it as much as we do. We sit around all day thinking about our past and using that to paint a picture of what our future is going to be like. You shouldn't do that. You can't change anything in the past. You're missing the present right now. You're missing the opportunity of right now to make a difference and get out here and make something of yourself. You know, these are facts. Those are the facts. You're missing the opportunity of right now to get out here and do something with yourself. You know, whatever habits that you've made in the past few years that you're telling yourself that determines who I am, you can change those habits. You have the opportunity to do so. If you have the grind and determination, you can get out here and change. You know, you can hustle, you can make some money, and you can be happy, and you can eat better, and you can live better, and you can have better relationships in your life. And overall, just be a happy individual. Everywhere you go, you're just happy. It's completely possible. You know, you just got to get out here and put that work in. You know, I feel like I'm at the point in my life where I'm putting the work in. That's the stage I'm in right now. I'm putting the work in. I'm grinding right now. I'm not shining right now. I'm not. It's not no real shining going on right now. I'm not flashy right now. I might not have a haircut right now because I'm out here grinding. I'm putting the work in right now. I got to build the foundation of the house before I can build the house. I'm grinding right now. I'm putting in that hard work. You know, all good things in due time. You know, that's where I'm at with it right now. That's how I'm feeling right now. All good things in due time. There's, you know, and people look at time the wrong way. Don't get me started about time, man. Don't get me started about time. People look at time the wrong way. Time is your friend. You know, you can get all things in due time. There's plenty of everything in the universe for everybody to have something. All you have to do is wait your turn. Wait for your time and to get it. You know, make sure you putting your money in the correct places. You know, make sure you're spending the money. Make sure you're spending the money that you make the right way. Make sure that you're taking care of business first. You know, when you out here making money, every Thursday, every Friday, you getting paid, make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. Make sure you're writing down what your bills are, what they're supposed to be. Make sure you're taking care of this stuff if you want to be successful. If you want to have, the truck driving, when I started getting paid, it allowed me to take care of my bills. It allowed me to take care of my bills. It allowed me to have conversations about my bills, to get everything in line the way I needed to. So by the time it came time for me to come home, being a local truck driver, I had already had everything figured out in my mind and on paper, what my bills were going to be, how I was going to pay them, what week when I get paid, what I'm going to pay, how much or if I want to break down my rent, or do I want to pay it all at one, out of one check, how do I want to do that? I already had all that figured out. Sometimes certain things I have things figured out, months in advance, and I'm able to do that because when you're taking care of your bills first, when you take care of those things first, and it's something you enjoy doing, taking care of your bills, being stable all around, that's something that you enjoy. And then when you get good at it, you're just good at it. Everything falls into place. So I encourage everybody to just take the time out of their day and sit down and write down all their bills and just get a notebook. Write down your bills. Write down what you're going to be doing. Write down what needs to come out of your check so you don't forget. Write down what tickets you need to pay. Write down what surcharges, if you got surcharges. Write down your cell phone bill. Write down your rent, electric, water. Write everything out. Write everything out, and then see what you're going to have left after you pay all your bills. And then when you do that, try and balance out your bills. Like for truck drivers, especially if you get paid every week, try and balance out your bills to where what you have left after you pay all your bills each week is the same. So if you have $400 or $500 left each week after you pay your bills, then you're doing good. But if you have, say you might want to have a week where, you pay $500 out of your check. Next week you paying $500, and then the 2 weeks out of the month after that, you don't have a lot of money. I mean, all your money that you have left, you keep it in your pocket. You're not spending that, on bills. You could do it like that. But the way I like to do it, I like to pay a portion of my bills out of each check, and the money that I have left, I'll put